My name is Christoph Niemann. I'm an illustrator and graphic designer. Usually I spend my days really sitting at my desk, staring at paper, trying to come up with something, then ideally improving that, like going back at it. And on the one hand, that's great. That usually is like the only recipe for decent work that I've come up with so far. But I found that sometimes kind of putting yourself in an extreme situation just leads to more unexpected results. On the one hand, it's very traditional. As I work with images and more words and the connection of it, I found that I always try to really have a communication with the readers. It's really just like trying to imagine how it's almost like leading somebody down a path so they eventually like get to this point, and for that of course you have to sympathize with the reader quite a bit. What defines good design is like, if it's working in any kind of assignment, there's usually, it has to work. If it's a bathroom sign and I walk into the women's bathroom, the design doesn't work. Ideally, of course, it's something that kind of like touches you, that maybe creates another level beyond that.
At the time, the New York Times was really pushing for original digital content, and I was approached by the editors to do something by myself, which seemed like a great opportunity, even though scary, and they gave me carte blanche and they said the only thing that I should do is the stories have to be personal. I did this series of ultra abstract sculptures of Lego. We have a lot of Lego at home, which is like another great advantage of parenthood. You can play Lego and pretend you're a good dad, and you just play for your own fun. So this is New York as kind of like minimal as possible. Sleep, obviously, for any young parent is a very important thing. So this is about when the child comes up to your bed at night, and at the beginning it's really cute until they what we refer to as helicopter mode, when they start like slowly rotating, and you wake up at 4 at night with a foot in your cheek. And my wife came and said, "Oh, why don't you do something with foliage, with like fall leaves?" Like, whatever. What do you know about my work? Foliage, that's a good one. So my wife helps me a lot, but that whole next series here is totally, I have to credit to her.
I've done a thing where I went kind of like live reporting from the Art Biennale in Venice, and I wanted to kind of thought of what if I take that to an extreme. So in a month I want to go to New York and live report from the marathon while actually being in the marathon. So I want to run 2 miles and then walk a mile and draw and then keep running, and just seeing like how everything just integrates creatively.
I'm perfectly aware that this is just like a stupid stunt. This is not a sustainable way to kind of like do my career as a kind of like live reporter doing silly drawings. And I think it's important to remember that ultimately you don't get a prize for like having a crazy idea, but to really execute it well. That's ultimately what this is all about.